Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are working on the test review right now. This you will have today and tomorrow to work on. The goal is to realize that the test is 2 days, and the first day will cover problems 1 through 22 on the review, and the second day will cover 23 through the end on the review. I'm going to start on page 1 here, obviously, and we're going to talk about what everything means. First things first, we want to make sure that we count the total power. So the total power here, or the degree, is 5, so that's an odd. And the total degree here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so what we should know is that when it's even, it starts up and ends up. When it's odd, it ends up and starts down. Now, from there, what are the zeros? Remember, the zeros just mean set each factor, and by factor I mean what's in parentheses, equal to 0. So if I set 2x minus 1 equal to 0, I would have to add 1 first and divide to get 1/2. The other one, x plus 4 equals 0, I subtract both sides to get -4. Now it says list the multiplicity, that's what these other blanks are for, and that's just even or odd, and that's again based on the exponent. So if that exponent is even, then it's even. The exponent is odd, then it's odd. In fact, I can do the same thing here right away and just say odd, odd, even. This one, when I set 4x equal to 0, what do I do to solve that? I divide by 4. Anytime you see x without a parentheses, you're always going to get a 0 there. This I'd set again 3x plus 2 equal to 0, subtract the 2, and divide to get -2/3. You might be asking, how do I graph that? Well, it's between 0 and -1. As long as you put it between there. This, of course, gives me 2. Let's go plot those. So 1/2 is going to be right about there. -4 is going to be right about there. And again, I'm starting down. So I go at -4, it's odd, so I go through. Please do not mistake the fact that you have odd there, and odd goes there, and even goes there. That's not the way it is. 1/2 is the even one. That's there. So I go through it. Go back to it. I've got to bounce off it, which makes sense because I need to end up. Your sketch should look somewhat similar to that in terms of how it goes through and bounces off, and where it starts and ends it should be exact, but how far up and down you go does not matter. On this problem, I'm going to plot my zeros again. Here's 0. -2/3 is going to be somewhere right about here between 0 and -1, and 2, of course, right here. Now I'm going to start over here, so I'm going to start up. And at -2/3 it's odd, at 0 it's odd, at 2 it's even. It actually does a line here. So through, bounce, and it ends up and starts up just like we wanted it to. Okay. Remember again, even, starts up, ends up, odd, starts down, ends up. And this is the reverse if it's negative, but I'm not going to do that to you on the test. Okay. For number 3, move it up a little bit here. We want to first identify the zeros, where the zeros are where it crosses the axis, which is at -2 and at 3. And then the multiplicity, which is the even or odd thing. Well, when it bounces off, we know -2 then is even, and 3 is odd. So if I plot my number line here, I get -2 here and 3 here. We talk about positive and negative. Remember, that is all based on positive is above x-axis, and negative is below x-axis. Okay. So from -infinity to -2, it's negative. From -2 to 3, it's also negative, and from 3 on, it's positive. So again, where it's negative goes in the negative intervals, from -infinity to -2, from -2 to 3, and then my positive is 3 to infinity. Okay? There's that. Now for local maximum and minimum, those are the hills. Okay? Hills or ditches if you want. Okay? Valleys, whatever you want to call it. There's one maxima right there. There's another minima right there, and that's it on this picture. So in this you could write either x equals -2 there and x equals 3 there. Excuse me, 0 there. 0. We're not talking about that point. We're talking about that point right there, right? Or you could write this as -2, 0, and 0, -4. Doesn't really matter. Where is it increasing and decreasing? Well, it is increasing as we head to negative 2. So from negative infinity to negative 2, because it is going uphill, it's increasing there. It is going downhill to this one, so it is decreasing from negative 2 to 0. And then it is increasing from there on, from 0 to infinity. Okay. There's page 1. Page 2 is on its way.